and this Antoine Semenyo. Because in the last hours today, on this Sunday, we had stories coming from England about Liverpool trying to hijack the deal for Antoine Semenyo. What's the situation now? Let me explain to you what's this story. Liverpool have always been calling for Semenyo. They started calling in November, they continued calling before Christmas, and they kept on calling during the recent days to understand the situation. But I can guarantee to you that as of tonight, Sunday night, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, because my job is not to predict the future. But I have to tell you what's happening today. And what's happening today is that so far, Liverpool have never approached Bournemouth to start a conversation or to tell them, okay, we're going to pay the release clause. And this didn't happen because, as of today, the player preference already expressed a few days ago, before Christmas Eve, is to go to Manchester City. So, Man City remain convinced that Antoine Semenyo wants to join them. Man City remain relaxed about the situation. And Man City will be in contact with Bournemouth, I told you, before the start of January, to try to seal the deal for Semenyo as soon as possible. So, this is the plan. Remember, £65 million release clause is valid until January 10th. So, City Bournemouth will be again in contact these days to try to close the deal for Semenyo. Liverpool are calling on player side, player agents to understand the situation. But at the moment, it's just about calls. If Liverpool will go into action for the hijack, I will let you know. But as of today, the situation is about calls. Manchester City have an agreement with Semenyo. And Manchester City are talking to Bournemouth, something that Liverpool, as of today, are not doing. So let's follow the situation step by step. When there is a release clause, like in this case, and it's also a short-time release clause, £65 million to expire on the 10th of January means that is a similar situation to, obviously not financially, but on the technical steps, like a free agent. It's not about negotiating club to club. Club-to-club contact is just to try to see if there is a way. Otherwise, you go, communicate, and pay the release clause. It's not a problem. But it's similar to a free agent because the player decides everything in this kind of situation. And so, Liverpool have been calling, yes, but Liverpool started calling not today, not yesterday, in November. But Manchester City, on the financial point of view, have an agreement with Semenyo. And so, they remain confident about closing the deal with Bournemouth. That's the situation.
The way this was explained tells you everything. Yes, Antoine Semenyo has been spoken to by Liverpool, but that's where it stops. Calls are not actions. What matters is that Manchester City already have the player's preference and are the only club preparing to deal directly with Bournemouth. Once a release clause is in play, the power sits with the player, and Semenyo has already chosen his direction. Until Liverpool move beyond phone calls and actually trigger the clause or open negotiations, this remains a story about interest, not intervention.
As of now. Many of you asking me if Manchester United joined this hijack attempt. At the moment, as of tonight, no, Man United have not returned on the case. And this is also why Manchester United are waiting to communicate with Roma for Joshua Zirkzee. Man United, via intermediaries, have received an official bid from Roma for Joshua Zirkzee. It's a loan with a potential obligation to buy. Roma have an agreement with Zirkzee. Zirkzee is ready to go to Roma and would be open to joining Roma, but this deal depends on Man United, on the management, on Rúben Neves. They have to decide and say, okay, you can go. If they give the green light, the deal can be closed any moment, but this depends on United. And obviously, with United at the moment not captain Semenyo, it means that the timing could be different. On Man United, I told you guys in the last video that at the moment, I'm not aware of a negotiation for Rúben Neves. What I can tell you on Rúben Neves is that Manchester United spoke with the agent of Rúben Neves about several topics, as I told you in the last videos, but didn't send any bid for Rúben Neves. Many of you asking me about Neves, and so let me clarify something. Rúben Neves' contract is due to expire in the summer, 2026, so in a few months. At the moment, Al Hilal have made a proposal to Rúben Neves to extend the contract. Yes, they presented the proposal. The proposal is still on the table, but as of today, Rúben Neves has still not agreed to signing a new contract with Al Hilal. So, at the moment, no green light from the player. Rúben Neves is considering the possibility to return to Europe in the summer on a free, or eventually in January, in this window. Obviously, in that case, a negotiation club to club with Al Hilal would be needed. Several clubs are exploring these opportunities, so several clubs are aware of the possibility to get Rúben Neves in this January transfer window, especially if he doesn't sign a new contract with Al Hilal. So now he's on the player. He has to decide what he wants to do. His agent is speaking to several clubs. There is a lot of interest for a very important midfielder like Rúben Neves, and it's not easy in this kind of short window like the January one to find a player of the level of Rúben Neves in a position that several clubs are tracking, midfielder. So let's follow this case, but for sure Rúben Neves, I think, is going to be an interesting situation to watch. Extend or don't extend, go to a new club or try a different chapter. This we will see, but Rúben Neves will be an interesting situation to follow.
Unlike some of the other names, Rúben Neves genuinely feels like a situation to watch. The key detail is the contract. With no extension agreed yet and time ticking toward 2026, the leverage is slowly shifting toward the player. The fact that multiple clubs are being sounded out tells you this isn't idle conversation. It doesn't mean a January move is guaranteed. Those are always difficult. But this is no longer just agent chatter. If Neves decides not to renew, clubs will be ready. This is a decision-led saga, not a rumor-driven one.
Then, just to add something more, guys. One point, just to clarify something on Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho is out of contract in the summer transfer window. Man United have an option to extend, but from what I'm told, Man United have already been clear with people close to Jadon Sancho. Man United believe, Amorim or not Amorim, management or no management, Man United, everyone at the club, that the chapter of Jadon Sancho at Manchester United is closed. So, no chance to find a different way. For Sancho, it's going to be a different future. Sancho will not play at Manchester United anymore. This is the clear position of the club. Then, all the rest, we will be following that story. We will be following what's going to happen. Now, I think it's time to let Jadon Sancho take his time with Aston Villa, enjoy his time at Aston Villa, try to make an impact. It's one of the best clubs in the world in this moment, because the recent track record of Aston Villa is unbelievable. 11 wins in a row, something historical for Villa. Unai Emery is doing fantastic, but at the moment, Sancho future will not be at Manchester United. Many questions also coming from Real Madrid.
With Jadon Sancho, the language couldn't be clearer. The chapter at Manchester United is closed. This isn't about form, managers, or second chances anymore. It's structural. United have mentally moved on, and everything now is about finding Sancho a clean exit where he can reset elsewhere. As for Joshua Zirkzee, this is a timing issue more than a footballing one. Roma are ready, the player is open, but United are hesitating. Not because they doubt the move, but because their wider January plans aren't settled. Zirkzee's situation is being dictated by what United haven't decided yet, not by lack of interest. This is what January really looks like beneath the headlines. Some deals already decided, some waiting on one key choice, and others being inflated by noise rather than movement. If you want calm, honest transfer reactions, clear separation between interest and action, and no fake "here we go" nonsense, subscribe. Drop a like if this breakdown helped, and let me know in the comments which of these situations actually moves first. I'll see you in the next one.